Hello, guys. Hello, guys. I hope you have had a good day. I hope you're having a good day. I hope it's a good evening. It's a good night for you. For me, it's a really good night. And as usual, it's a joy coming here, and it's a joy coming here to reflect. It's a joy coming here to have a conversation with all of you. Insightful conversations. Guys, thank you so much for all the love. Thank you so much for all the support that you give us. Thank you so much for being here with us always. Thank you so much, guys. You don't know how much that means. You do not know how much that means to us, how much that means to everybody else that's watching with us. Guys, today, as you can see from the caption, from the topic I've put out there, is to say the diaspora as we know it. I'm from Zimbabwe. I moved to the UK 2 years ago. And all we were hearing and all that we keep talking about is it's a land of opportunities, it's a terrain of opportunities, regardless of where you are. I'm in the UK, but it doesn't matter whether you're in America, you're in Australia, you're in South Africa, you're wherever. For as long as you're not in your home country, that's the diaspora. That's the terrain we are talking about, to say it's a terrain of opportunities. It's a land of opportunities. It's a chance for you to do something for yourself. But guys, does it mean these opportunities or these windows of opportunity do come on a silver platter? That's the question I have tonight. That's something that we want to talk about tonight, to say, do these things come on a silver platter? Do they come easy? Is it a matter of, if I move to the diaspora, or if I move to the UK or move to Australia or Canada, then it's done, then it's guaranteed, or there is more that one can do? But today we want to focus on some of the things that we can do, some of the opportunities that we can maximize on as diasporans, as newbies. I don't know if I miss anything, or if you do want to add something in the comments. We do value positive comments, positive contributions, because we're here to learn. I'm learning, you're learning. I'm growing, you're growing as well. So we are here to promote and propagate healthy growth, healthy input, healthy focus, especially if you're thinking about moving to the diaspora, if you're already in the diaspora, if you're a student in the diaspora. These are some of the conversations that we need to have each and every day, each and every time we get a chance. Let's have these growth-oriented, success-oriented conversations, to say, okay, we want to grow, okay, we want to be successful, but what is it that we can do? Because time is moving. Why I do prioritize reflecting, why I prioritize wanting to come here and reflect as a community and reflect as a platform, is to say, it's a reminder to me, because it's been 2 years I'm in the country. I don't know how long you've been wherever that you've been, but it's time to reflect, to say, okay, I've been here. What's my focus? What's my end goal? What is it that I'm doing? What are the opportunities that I'm seeing and I do wish to maximize on? A big shout out to you, Cherish Makaza. I do love you. I do love you. Check, I've tagged you in a number of posts. If you can, kindly reach out to me and see what we can do. But I've tagged you in a lot of posts. I've tagged you in a lot of opportunities, which I do hope in the near future we are going to have videos on those opportunities. I do love you guys. If ever I see an opportunity, the first people I do think of are people on this platform, are people from my community, are the people that are, closest to my heart. Why do I say so? It's because I cannot measure growth when we haven't grown as a community. I cannot measure success when we haven't grown as a community. Vale, thank you so much for gracing this platform. Thank you so much for all your love and all your support. I do value you. So guys, today we're talking about the diaspora being a terrain or a land of opportunities. But what are some of the opportunities that we can maximize on, or we can start thinking about, or we can start, having conversations about? This today's video has been inspired by two things, or two events happening. I've seen my brother Donald Rice. If you're not following him, go and follow him. Go to his platform and follow him, guys. You can tag him in the comments. He posted today that they now do have a UK registered shipping company. Wow. I love that about our community. I love that when a brother or a sister goes to that level, because we are inspired. this is something that the community needs to celebrate. If you're new in the UK, then you should be happy for him, because you know how hard it is. You know the amount of work that we put behind the scenes to achieve some of these things. So, I mean, when I was looking at his post, when I looked at everything that he has done behind the scenes, I mean, it's an achievement. It's a job well done. Well done, Donald Rice, guys. If you can tag him in the comments so that he can see this live, he can see us celebrating, guys. One of the things that we do here on this platform is when somebody achieves something, or when somebody does something that's worth mentioning, we do mention, partly to celebrate that person, partly to cheer that person on, and also to make us reflect, and to also inspire somebody that could be here thinking about the same thing, wanting to do the same thing, but then they are thinking, is it for me? Does it work? How does it work? Now we know one of our own has actually come out in the open on their platform and say they now have a registered, UK registered shipping company. So if you are looking at sending stuff back home, sending be it whatever that you'd want to send back home, be it cars, be it furniture, be it equipment, he's the person to go to. Let's go support him. So I was thinking, how did he do it? How did he manage it? It's not too long ago that he's been in the country. He's another newbie, and I'm so proud on his behalf, and I'm so proud of him. But that got me thinking to say, okay, I've been in the country 2 years. What is it that I have done to maximize on the opportunities that we were talking about when we were coming from home? To maximize on the opportunities that we've always been told that the diaspora is a land of opportunities. So guys, this question I'm posing for everybody to say, yes, the diaspora is a land of opportunities, but what is it that you as an individual are doing to maximize on those opportunities, because they are there? I also have a couple of things that I thought, well, these are some of the things that we can think about, but I'm not saying it's limited to that. I'm not saying I know everything, or I'm not saying I've done that or I've achieved that, but these are some of the things that we need to think about, and it could be for you. That's why maybe if you're on this platform, if you're watching this video, probably it is for you. You just never know why you're bumping into this video or why you're on this platform. Probably these are some of the things that you needed for you to achieve your goals. So I've mentioned to say people are actually opening companies. People that came on a COS, people that came on a skilled worker visa are actually opening companies. I've been reading, I've been researching, and I've realized that if you are the COS holder, it's not possible for you to open that company because your visa is a work visa. You're supposed to be working whilst you're on that visa. But if you brought a dependent, be it a spouse, be it a partner, be it a child who is above 18, yes, that person can actually go on and open a company. So this is what some of the people are doing. This is what other people are doing. I haven't really researched much to see if you, but I think if you're a COS holder, yes, you can be a director in a company. It's ownership, I think. Ownership, that's where it can become complex. I don't know if there's anybody who is well versed in this who would love to hear what you can say. But I now know a few people who are on a dependent visa who have actually gone on to open companies for themselves. So this is something that you can actually look into, because I know we do have a lot of business-oriented people. We have a lot of learned people, very intellectual, highly intellectual people who came on a COS. So these are some of the conversations that we want to have. It does not necessarily mean that if you came on a COS, you didn't have a background, you didn't have a passion before. But I think it's about time that all the noise about, okay, coming and not coming, and it's sort of dying down. But it's about time we talk about what is it that we can do. Now that we are here, now that the majority of us are here, what is it that we can do? Those are some of the conversations that we should be having as a community. Those are some of the conversations that we should be having as women. I'm trying to read in the comments, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for coming here. We are reflecting, guys. We do love to reflect and point out. We can only say we are successful when we grow together as a community, when we become successful as a community. Individual accolades, I do love them. I do upload those that are growing individually. But I think it would be so amazing when we get to that point where, as a community, we're saying, this is what we're achieving, this is what we're doing. When it becomes something that we are known for, to say Zimbabwean community, Zimbabwean women have done it for themselves, are doing it for themselves, are growing as a unit, as one unit, because I do believe that there is space, time, and opportunities enough for everybody. There is room enough out there for everybody. I'm going to try and read the comments. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. My sister Nerissa, thank you so much for your support and love. I do love you back. Thank you. Paida Christabel, guys, I'm so humbled. Your support, your love, it just humbles me. I mean, thank you so much for all that you do for me. But guys, we're having a conversation where we're saying, yes, when we were coming, we were saying the UK, the diaspora, is a land of opportunities, but what are some of the opportunities that are out there? And as women, I'm just coming here so that we share those opportunities. We start that conversation going. Because I believe, like, I mean, by now we are past that that stage where we want to compete or where we want to outdo one another, but instead we want to complement one another. So this is for women, this is for the Zimbabwean community, men and women. Today I've been saying at the start of this video, I said, my brother Donald Rice, if you're not following him, go and follow him. He said they now have a UK registered shipping company. So if you're going to be shipping anything to Zimbabwe, anything to Africa, anything anywhere in the world, they are the go-to people. Go and support him, support a fellow brother. This is some of the things that people are doing. People that came recently. These are not people who came long ago. People that did it long back. Thank you so much for being trailblazers. Thank you so much for opening doors for us. Thank you so much for opening doors for everybody. Everything that we are doing, we emulate you. Everything that we do is to compliment all the work that you've done behind the scenes, and kudos to you and a big shout out to you. So I'm talking about Newbies and what people are doing behind the scenes that can start this conversation and make us think of what we can do in our individual capacity, in our family capacity, and in our groups and communities as well. So one of the things I mentioned is people are opening companies. It's actually allowed. And I've gone on to say, I think if you're the COS holder, the main applicant, it's not possible for you to open a company, but a dependent can, which means a dependent can be your partner, can be your spouse, can be husband or wife, can be your child if they are above 18 and they do live in the UK. I think they're eligible for opening companies. That's as far as I know. I'm not saying I'm an expert. You can also go and research on your own, guys. Some of the things that people are doing, people are actually upskilling. People are going back to school. People have started going to uni. I know it's when I do say these things, I mean, everything is a sacrifice. Those that are opening companies is a big sacrifice. When you do talk to them and you hear their story and you hear the things that they've forgone, you will be shocked. There are people who are going back to school at this point in time. Actually, I will talk about maybe 3 different ways of upskilling or going back to school or focusing on education as a pathway to embracing opportunities. There are people who actually came to the country. Maybe they do have a first degree in anything, any first degree whatsoever. Those people, there are people who are at this point in time that I've actually spoken to, who have actually like started their masters in anything. So when you do have a first degree, which means you are on a shortened pathway where you get to do your masters, and it can take you, I think, a maximum of 2 years, depending on the specialty that you're focusing on. So it's actually one of the things that people are doing. What are the advantages when you go on to have your masters or anything? Guys, I'm not saying it's the only thing that you can do. I'm not saying I'm a guru in anything. I think I've said it in so many of my posts to say I do not have a degree in anything. So I don't have a degree, but I will speak on some of the things that I see, some of the conversations that I have. So people have actually started going to do their masters. Of course, it comes at a cost. Of course, it comes with expenses. But depending on somebody's focus, we cannot fault them. We cannot spend time criticizing them. But it's for a reason why they chose that pathway. It could be for you, it could not be for you. So we're going to talk about different pathways that people are actually choosing and expanding with regards to. And I'm sure if you're on this platform or if you're going to watch this video, you will find something that suits you. Because at the end of the day, any form of growth is growth. And we're here for growth, we're here for success. So people are actually upscaling. People have gone on to do their masters, which takes about 2 years. What is it that other people are also doing? Other people, maybe they left home when they maybe just their Form 4 or just their A-levels. People are actually enrolling for their first degree. We're not going to pinpoint or pick to say they're doing a degree in this, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's a land of opportunity. Anything that you choose to pursue, and you pursue it out of passion, out of love for it, and you put in the work, there's an equal chance of being successful at it. It's one of the things that I've realized about this country. It's one of the things that I've realized about the diaspora. So people are actually going back to uni. How are they doing it? Some people are just like sacrificing to say, okay, it's going to take me 3 years for me to go to uni. Most of them are just going like, okay, I'm just going to pay for it. I'll stop everything else and just pay for uni because I want a certain career path. It will give me such and such an opportunity. So other people are doing it. We talk about it so that we provoke that conversation in everyone. We talk about it so that we steer that conversation in our communities. We're not saying that's what people should do. We are not saying that's the only thing that people can go for. But we're just talking about what other people are doing that we can actually upload, that we can actually say, oh, wow, they're doing so well. So people are actually going to school. They're actually groups. People are actually being intentional with their, career. The other thing, someone could be saying, well, I came, but I don't have like O-level. I didn't do so well. And there's what we call access. It's access to anything. Guys, today we are not talking about a specific career path. If ever we are going to talk about those things, maybe you can put in the comments. You can also DM me. You can also send me messages. You can also email me. I'll put my email on the platform as well, so that you can actually email me and say, Flo, we want you to talk about this pathway. We want you maybe to bring someone who has actually done this, because it's actually in the pipeline where we want to bring people who have actually done this thing, so that they can share with us how they did it, what they feel we could do to maximize on certain opportunities. So people are actually, I've mentioned to say people are doing their masters. People have gone on to do their like first degrees and things like that. Undergraduate. People are doing like access so that they can actually go back to uni and achieve whatever that they achieve. One of the reasons why I love people that came 20 years ago, guys, many of them, if you do talk to them, you learn a lot. A lot of them had to like press the reset button and start all over again. Start all over in anything. And I do believe one of the things that I prioritize as a person, me personally, I prioritize information. I prioritize knowledge. When you're knowledgeable, you can actually optimize on opportunities, optimize on, anything. So knowledge, for me, knowledge is power. But there are things, there are costs to it. And there's intention to it. So whatever that you put your mind to, whatever that you decide to do, and you put time and effort, chances are it will yield results for you. And one of the things that we've said at the beginning of this video is to say, it's never going to be easy. It's never going to come free. It's never going to come on a silver platter, but we got to work for it. So we're just sharing these conversations, guys, within us, within our community, within, this platform. Guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for watching. One of the things that we're focusing on as a platform, one of the things that is close to my heart, is for us to grow as a community. And how best can we do that? It's when we share. It's when we do have these conversations. All other conversations we've had, guys, before, we can have those conversations anywhere else. But on this platform, we are focused on growing as a community, growing as women, growing as a community, Zimbabwean community, African community, diaspora community, newbie community. And we cannot grow without looking at what other people have done before. What is it that they have done that got them where they are at? We cannot turn a blind eye on the work that they have done, on what they have done, and what they continue to do in the community, guys. That's a fact. We cannot run away from it. That's why we always refer and say we are learning a lot from them. We continue to learn a lot from them, and we also acknowledge them as trailblazers. because most of us wouldn't be here had they not done the work that they did. But we are at that point where, as a platform, we want to go into the work that they did to get to where they are. It's a tough conversation that we're having. It's reflection. We are reflecting. So reflection can never be easy, and reflection is not a who is wrong, who is right, but it's to steer thoughts, it's to steer conversation, that as when we do close this platform, this session, then we can continue with those conversations amongst our friends, amongst our families, because at the end of the day, we are here to succeed. But what is it that we can do, and what are the opportunities that are out there? So guys, one of the things that I'll also talk about that's close to my heart, guys, I've been talking about it, I've spoken about it, I'll continue to talk about it, because I mean, I continue to have engaging conversations with people who are actually into it, actually experts in it, and we do hope in the near future we have them on this platform. It's our utmost desire to bring you people, real people with real life stories, with real success stories on this platform to share with you. So another opportunity is an opportunity in investment, be it property investment or stock investment or shares investment. But one of the things that I'll talk about today is property investment, because I'm sure a few weeks ago I shared the floor with Mr. Justice Nyakatawa. He's the owner, he's the founder and CEO of Layman Investment, Layman Limited. They are into property investment here in the UK and back home. So you can actually go on the website and see what they do and what they are about. They are holding a summit a property investment summit on the 7th of September in Milton Keynes. If you go on the page, I shared a flyer about the event and everything that will be going on there. There will be a lot of speakers on there. We do hope we'll get maybe a copy of that just for people who cannot make it there. But it's one of the things that is actually worth the while. If you are somewhere close there, if you're Saturday, check your calendar. If you so happen to be around that area on that day, it's worthwhile for you to actually get a ticket to that event. One of the things that he said to me, if you are a COS holder, if you are a dependent or a newbie, right, be it a student, be it a COS holder, a dependent, and you're wanting to go, I know the tickets are going for £70 for the whole day, and it involves refreshments and everything, that would be lunch and stuff. But if you're a COS holder, if you're a student, then there's a discount, and then you get to pay £50. One of the things that we need to normalize if we are going to grow is normalizing attending events, attending summits. And in this country, they do come at a cost. I know when we were back home, we would get everything nearly for free, because I mean, your pastor would bring you such and such a person as a guest to your church, and they would share with you. But here, serious business, serious summits are being held, and it's worth attending. I mean, if we can sacrifice to go to Zimfest, if we can sacrifice to go to Summerfest in Leicester or Leeds, definitely, surely, we could invest in knowledge. We could invest in some of the rightful information that we can get from, you know, people who have walked that journey, people who have actually done it, people who are doing it. So there's an property investment summit going on the 7th of September in Milton Keynes, where people are going to talk about how to invest in property in this country. I'll say this because if somebody is Zimbabwean or if somebody is African, one of the things that we are taught or we've been groomed to value is having your own house. A big shout out to Kudamrora wangu. I love you. Thank you so much for always being here and supporting. So one of the things that we've been groomed to value is having your own house, having your own property. So I know people are doing a lot of things behind the scenes. People are consulting with their banks and everything. But I know one of the things that is very, very important, and the best way that we can understand these things as Africans, as Zimbabweans, as newbies, is when we have conversations with people that we can actually ask, people that we know, to say, okay, such and such, here's my question. Sometimes you go to the bank and then find your personal banker can say, oh, source can give you brochures, can send you emails. But still, I will admit to say it was public knowledge that people were coming to the UK, but until I saw people who were coming on Facebook here and holding Facebook lives and going on YouTube and That's when I began to understand. I didn't just go to the website gov.in, started applying. No. So I do value those summits. I do value people that take their time to hold such events and say, we are having a conversation on such and such. There will be speakers who will be talking about credit worthiness. I'm one person, I never did anything to do with accounting or finance in high school. No, I'm not financially literate. So it's that's why I do value such platforms. That's why I do value such gatherings where you actually get an expert and then they can take you through, because everything is so fast in this country. So many people are asking, how do I build my credit score? How do I, how do I achieve a credit worth status? So all those things will be spoken about at the Layman Property Investment Summit. There will be like different speakers, different experts in different areas, and they'll be talking about these things. So it's another opportunity as well. People are investing in properties here in the UK and properties abroad, back home. People are doing stuff. So we are just sharing this conversation so that we are all, as the community, as women, as Africans, as newbies, we know that's what others are doing. We are not here to outdo one another. We're not here to outrun one another, but to share it across board, because there is room and space for everyone. There's opportunities for everyone. So even if someone is to hold a mic and say people are doing mortgages or people are investing in properties, still there'll be properties enough for everyone. So we would want maybe in the next year, in the next 2 years, to see a lot of success stories coming from these conversations that we do have here. The last thing that I want to talk about today, I know there's a lot of things going on. There are people who are actually being brave enough in this environment to say, but I used to do something when I was back home. I used to have a career in something. I want to pursue that. When I do talk about newbies, I talk about people that came through different pathways. People are coming through different pathways. People are coming through COSs. People are coming through marriages. People are coming through student, whatever. People are coming through various ways. People are moving abroad through different pathways. So we are not entirely saying everybody is on a COS, is on a care visa. No, people are coming through different ways. But there are people who are taking that leap of faith, who are being bold enough and intentional with what they do, the decisions that they make, to say, okay, but I used to be such and such when I was back home. I want to go back to that career. It's actually, we need to talk about these things. Of course, it doesn't come easy. Of course, it doesn't come on a silver platter. We have to be honest with one another to say there is work that you need to do behind the scenes. There's a lot of sacrifices that you do behind the scenes. We do have a lot of nurses that came here on a care visa. They are doing a lot of things. I do hope we will be able to bring some of them on here when everything has been said and done. We are hoping to bring a lot of people who have actually done a lot of things in, to achieve their goals. Because all we are doing is to share positivity, is to spread inspiration, is to tell one another it's possible. If so and so could do it, so can you. So people are actually reverting back to the careers that they used to do when they were back home. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. They're actually enjoying certain benefits. They're actually growing and becoming successful. At the end of the day, we are here to maximize on opportunities. So it's something that I want to make us think about, to say, what is it that you were doing back home? If you had a solid career and you loved it and you had done a lot of things alongside whatever that you're doing, now is the chance. You should start looking at it. If it's for you, we're not saying it's for everyone. We're not saying that's what we should do. I always say this to say, I used to do something different when I was back home. I was doing engineering. I came here. I did care. I fell in love. And I'm thinking of other things because I love care. But we are not saying it's for everyone. I do see a lot of times, a lot of platforms where people do actually share and say, care is not for everyone. So if it's not for you, what's for you? At the end of the day, there is enough opportunities. There is enough space for each and every one of us. There's room in the diaspora. There's room and space for everyone. So we continue to have these conversations to say there's room and space for you. So guys, before I end this video, I want to say these things will not come easy, and the fact that other people are doing it does not mean it's easy. So prepare yourself to work so hard, prepare yourself to sacrifice a lot of things, a lot of time, a lot of sleepless nights whilst you're working towards your goal, a lot of financial discomfort. But in the end, you achieve your goals. What's important is for you to constantly have your goals in sight. Don't let other distractions, don't let all the negativity that goes on about, all the sad stories that go about distract you from focusing. Once in a while, we need to bring everyone back to say, focus. What was the goal when you were coming to the UK? Because at the end of the day, we want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate when you achieve your goals at the end of the day. Guys, I think I've said more than enough today. Oh, before I end this conversation, I want to say, at the end of the day, wherever you are, wherever, whatever job you're doing at the moment, if you're in the diaspora, take the time to also study the system. Study the system in every way. When we say study the system, we're not saying study the system so that you can build the system. Study the system so that you can see what you can do also, maybe to get to a certain level, or maybe to take the skill back home. At the end of the day, what we encourage one another is study the system. Wherever you are, study the system. See, always take the time to have conversations with people around you, asking what is it that they did to get where they are, what is it that they're doing differently to, you know, be able to do certain things. Is very, very important. I love people that love those conversations. And guys, before I go, I just want to say, if you do have anything that you feel we need to talk about, if you feel there's anything that you feel we need to bring an expert on, just send us a message, put it in the comments, DM us, messenger us, email us, and we will make arrangements. Guys, I'm so excited about the future. We're going to be bringing people. We are going to be bringing real people with real stories, with real real journeys to share with everyone, real inspiration. Guys, I do love you. I do appreciate your support. I do appreciate the love that you show us. You are exceptional, guys, and I do wish you well in all that you do. I do wish you that you win every day. Guys, have a winning rest of the week. We'll continue with these conversations, reflective conversations, insightful, inspiring conversations. Guys, I think this is everything from me today, guys, and until next time, you do have a good time and have a winning week. Thank you. Bye.